is the thing. Your silence is not winning. Like, too often we think that if we keep our mouths quiet, or if we don't tell the story, or we don't speak the truth, we think that somehow we're making our lives easier. We think that we're making other people's lives easier. We think that by withholding the information that we're making the world a better place, because people don't know the secret, they don't know the truth, or they don't know what's really going on. And so we think that by us withholding, we're actually winning because we're making things better. But the truth is that withholding the truth, withholding the story, without sharing the experience, we're actually keeping people captive to the lie, keeping people hostage to the untruths. By not telling our story, we're keeping people stuck where they are. Like, think about that for a moment. Think about the times when you had a piece of information and you didn't share, and you knew that it could change somebody's life, but you thought, maybe I better not say this right now because dot, 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 whatever it may be. But yet, that piece of information may have prevented them from developing a relationship with, or stepping into dot, 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 or agreeing to a whatever it may be, whether it be a business relation, personal relationship, a conversation, whatever it may be. Withholding that information actually prevented somebody from growing. That's ouch. For so many people that I know that are here, hey, Catherine, so many people that are here that I know really truly want to make a difference in the world. Like, that's why we're connected. That's why you and I are heart to heart, soul to soul, because ultimately we want to make a difference in people's lives. We want them to leave a better human and have a better experience by our interaction. And without us sharing our truth, without us sharing our experience, without us sharing those moments, we're actually holding people hostage to where they are now, because we have a piece of information that can move them forward. But it's our fear that stops us from getting that message out. It's our worry of doubt, our worry of judgment, our worry of dot, 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 that holds us back and keeps us captive to our past. Like, our stories live in our past. And so when we don't bring them, or don't elevate the experience to the present moment, we're holding ourselves captive to what happened in our past. See, the truth keeps us in this pile of secrets by not telling the truth. It holds us to what used to be versus moving us forward. It keeps us captive in the lies. It keeps us captive to the I want to use a different word, to the deceit. Like, that's a strong word, but that's what keeps coming up. It holds us to the deceit of the experience. What's not true, the imaginary, what could happen, or what may happen, or how are they going to respond here, versus moving us forward. See, the truth is that we get to choose to either stay in silence. And when we do, we get stuck in that one situation. We can't change the truth. We can't change what happened, but we get to change how we move forward with it. It's almost like if I were to grab one of these pillows, I'm going to grab some of these outdoor pillows that are here. There's an experience that happens that we hold on to. Somebody said something to us that made us doubt our skills and our talent. Somebody, as we're beginning to open up a business, or we're writing the book, and they're like, why are you doing that? Like, nobody's going to read that. Or like, what makes you think? Like, we hold on to this moment and this experience, and we hold on really, really tightly. Somebody once said this, and so therefore I'm not going to tell my story. Somebody said, why are you teaching this? And so I'm not going to teach anymore. I'm just going to stay, and I'm just going to stay small. Then something else happens, and we put another piece of something on there. we go out and we try something and it fails. The business plan that we had didn't work. These are really dirty, by the way. The business plan that we had didn't work. The client that we wanted for some reason said no. And so now we have this other story of what we're going to do. Then there's another story that we continue on. And this is the person that inappropriately touched us or made a move or something that wasn't in alignment with us. And I want you guys to see. So I'm going to stop for just a moment. But if I go up here, I don't know if you can see on the line up there. I'm in San Diego, but if you can see right up there is a hawk. Now, hawks don't normally get that close in here, but a hawk is part of my spirit animal. So the fact that he is right there and he keeps looking this way is actually really dope. So if you see me look that way, it's because he keeps getting closer over here. So back to the analogy here. So here's the story. Here are the things that were said to us and done to us. The business plan that didn't work, or the story that we were going to write, and somebody's like, nope. The relationship that we wanted to get into, that for some reason it didn't work out the way that we wanted to. And then we have another experience that happens. And all of a sudden, all of these experiences begin to happen. Oh, he just flew right over me. He goes through, and so all of a sudden we have all of these stories, all of these experiences, and we're walking around trying to go through life, move forward, but yet, and then we have the audacity to ask for more. We have the audacity to go through and just say, hey, Lord, you know what? I really would like for this to work out, or I really want to make room for this person to enter my life, or I really want to make room for this particular dream to happen. But yet our hands are so full with all of the stories and the experiences and the things that have gone on that we don't have room to accept more. God's telling you, listen, learn to forgive. Move forward. The more that you begin to tell your life story, your journey, your experiences, you begin to take control over the situations that have happened in your life. You begin to go through and say, hey, you know what? I see you, relationship that didn't work out. And I thank you for the opportunity of learning how much stronger I am. I thank you for the opportunity to learn how to set healthier boundaries around, how to no longer tolerate the things that don't work for me in your life. I see you. I appreciate the experience. And now you're released. Look at the other one dropped at the same time. Telling your story and owning your story, whether you're telling your story to one person or you're stepping on a stage and telling it to hundreds or thousands or millions of people. Telling your story is releasing these experiences. It's allowing yourself to create possibility and space for something more. You see, if I were to add more pillows onto this now, because I've released the story, I've released the experience, and I'm no longer holding on to it, I now have the capacity to be able to accept more. That's why you tell your story. You move from a space of being stuck in your story to learning to stand on your story. Because your story and your experience is not going to go anywhere. You know, I remember being ashamed to talk about my 6.5 years of using crystal meth. One, because I just knew that who I was showing up at that time was not who I am as a person. I was in such a dark place of where I felt like I lost my spirit. I lost my soul. I lost the joy and the love in my life. I pushed away the people that I cared about the most and that cared about me, the people that I should be running to. I pushed them away because I was living in shame. I was living in guilt. I was afraid of, damn, I messed up a lot. How am I ever going to make this better? But the more that I began to tell my story, the more that I shared with other people, one, I was relieving the stories that were piling on, the secrets. Oh my God, the secrets. All of the stuff. All of the generational crap that we've been carrying on to, the stories that have happened for generation after generation. Look, I can't even hold all of this stuff down. And then we try to get real sneaky and we're like, oh, I'm just going to tuck it in a little bit more. I can carry more. And then because we are such a big hearted people, we have everybody in our family who's willing to tell us all of their stuff. And then we carry their stuff as well. We're empathetic, and now we have all this stuff, but yet we're asking for more and we don't have the capacity to receive. We think that we're saving people or we're allowing people not to be hurt from the generational stuff that has happened way beyond things that we were able to control. The truth is that the truth sets you free. The truth allows you to make a bigger difference. It's like, think about for a moment, if I had a soda bottle in my hand right now, and I began to shake up that soda bottle, what is happening to the soda inside? What happens to that soda bottle? It's building up pressure. And that pressure, some point, has to come out. For some people, that pressure comes out with an explosion. Could be you get upset. You're like, yeah, blah. And all of a sudden, somebody catches you at the right time in the wrong place, and boom, you explode all over them. They get the brunt of all of the pressure that's been building up. For others of us, like myself, I imploded because I didn't want other people to see my mess. I didn't want them to see how much of a wreck I was. And so therefore I hid it. But I would find myself numbing myself, whether it be through drinking, could be through drugs. For some people, it's going to work too much. It's becoming a workaholic, and that's all they do is they live for their work. And they're going to tell you that, oh, I just really want to make a difference, when truly they're trying to hide from stuff. There's things that they don't want to deal with. And so they choose to mask it because it sounds good that they're working so much, or they're going to the gym so much, or they're doing ... whatever it may be. For others, it might be trying to find love in all the wrong places, and so they're sleeping around. We all have different ways of managing. For some, it's an explosion. For others, it's an implosion. But the truth is that the more that we hide it, it impacts us. It builds that pressure, and that pressure has to come out some way. One of the healthiest ways to release that pressure is to tell your story, tell your truth, speak your truth. Unapologetically. And let those that are supposed to walk with you, walk with you. And those that are like, this is too much, I'm out, deuces, bye. Life can be so much simpler when you have the right people around you. And you remove the people that are trying to stop you, or the situations that are trying to stop you, or the relationships, or the commitments, or the chatter that's trying to prevent you from being your true you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. When you think that when you're in silence and you think that your silence is managing the situation, all you're doing is you're sweeping it under a rug. It's like, I'm going to put it down here and just kind of hide it. But the truth is, the dirt is still there. The pile of junk, the pile of trash, it's still going to be there until you deal with it. One of my favorite sayings is either deal with it or continue to deal with it. Dealing with it is telling your story. Dealing with it is sharing your message. Continuing to deal with it is you living in secret, living in a lie, feeding the deceit. Ouch. By you not telling your story, by you not speaking your truth, you are feeding the deceit. What stories do you need to release? What stories do you know that you have been slipping under the rug? What stories do you know that you're still carrying that no longer serve you, that you need to either forgive, move on from, share, and empower others with that knowledge? What are the stories? What are the stories that you know you need to get rid of? What are the stories that you know that you've been hiding from, even for yourself? As we step into this new season about creating freedom, Freedom for yourself, freedom for others, freedom for the people that are watching you, freedom for your future legacy. Like your future needs your action now. Put that in the chat. My future needs my action now. Go out. Take control of your life. Create the freedom in your life. Create the space that you've always been wanting. Tell your story. Listen, if you need help, that's what I'm here for. That's what we at DTDT are here for. If you need help learning what is my story, how do I tell my story? Matt, I hear you guys talking all the time, but I just need to get on the phone and I need help. Somewhere on this page, somewhere in here is a link. You can access my calendar. Let's talk. For some of you guys, it may be that you want to go through and be like, Matt, I just really want to be in with you guys. I need to be in the same room. I need to feel your energy. I need to feel the hug. I need to laugh and dance with you. Perfect. So we have DTDT Live that's coming up in March in Las Vegas. There's a link here to find out more information about that. And if you're like, Matt, hey, I need to be there, but I need some help, I happen to have a discount code that I can give you. But get on my calendar and let's talk. I know what it's like to feel stuck. I know what it's like to feel in hurt. I know what it's like to look like you're playing a big game, and you are playing a big game. But the truth is you can play so much bigger. And you can do it in a space that you feel good about, that you don't feel like you have to hide. I know what it's like for the moment. I know what it's like to be scared to tell your story. Listen, the day that I came out publicly, I had sweat going down my back. It was 100 and some degrees outside, which made my apartment even hotter. I was nervous. I was scared. I was afraid of judgment. And as I saw the numbers grow, the people who were watching my Facebook Live, I thought, oh my God, what's going to happen? But I can tell you that on the other end, there's freedom. There's freedom for me to be here with my family and love myself, to have deeper levels of conversation with my nieces and nephews, to watch my family members find their voice and using their voice and completely shake up everybody around them who's not used to them speaking up. It's so beautiful. But that comes with a choice. You have to be willing. You have to be willing to go out and to tell your story, whether it be to one or to millions. You're not winning by being in silence. The win comes from you using your voice. So listen, I'm your brother in this journey. Somewhere on this page is an opportunity for you to take action to some degree. Whether it be like, listen, I just need to learn more about who DTDT is. Perfect. There's something there for you. If you're like, Matt, I need to be there in March. Bam. There's a link there to the event in March. If you're like, can we talk? Can you kind of I don't know what my next step is. I don't even know what I should do. Get on my calendar. Click that link. We're here for you. We want you to win. We fight daily for you to win. But the winning comes from you using this and telling your story.